Hi, I'm Todd Liles, and I'm here with Serve Extra, your service excellence training YouTube site. And today we're here to talk about four things: service excellence, leads, sales, and retention. Let's begin. Your company is a reflection of you and your standards, your service excellence, if you will. So inside of your company, you must have standards that are put in place that are non-negotiable. As a matter of fact, I recommend that you call those the non-negotiable standards. These are unwavering principles that you abide by. Perhaps you call them your code of ethics. These are the things that represent the way that you do business, and it represents your company. To have service excellence, you must first have non-negotiable standards. We will always serve our client with respect. We will always protect their property. We will always review the total of the work before we do the work. These are examples of service excellence non-negotiable standards. I suggest to you that if you don't already have those in place, you should put those in place, you should put those in writing, and they should be on public display inside of your company. In addition to your non-negotiable standards, you must also have standards that are for key performance indicators. Your key performance indicators can be measured in many different ways, but the three primary key performance indicators must be in terms of leads, must be in terms of sales, and it must be in terms of retention. The first key performance indicator is that of a lead. You have to know where your leads are coming from. You have to know how many leads that you need in a day. Failure to plan out your leads is going to be failure to plan out your sales. It's going to be failure to plan out your retention. It's going to lead to the failure of your business. Leads are first and foremost. Do you have in writing in your budget how many maintenance calls you need a day? Do you have in writing in your budget how many demand calls you need a day? Do you have in writing in budget how many leads you need, not only coming in from your marketing efforts, but are coming in from your people as well? See, a service company without leads being generated by their people is not a replacement business. And if you're not in the replacement business, you're going to have to charge a very high premium for your service in order to stay healthy, in order to stay in business. I'm going to suggest to you as well that that's probably going to be a little bit more difficult than teaching your people how to set qualified leads, knowing yourself how to generate those leads that are all geared towards the replacement sale. Which takes us to point number 2, knowing your sales. When it comes to your business and when it comes to your sales, you're basically going to have two types of tickets. You're going to have the small nominal ticket, which we might refer to as service, and then we're going to have the larger ticket, which we might refer to as replacement. If you're in plumbing or if you're in electrical, this could be the replacement of an electric panel, or on the plumbing side, it could be an upgrade to a high-efficiency tankless water heater, for the sake of example. But in your business, you have to also have standards for what you're looking for sales, not just in revenue generation, but also what you anticipate will come in terms of a closing percentage. These are critical pieces of information that you must communicate. And if in your company, your key performance standard is a 40% closing ratio on a marketed lead, then communicate that. Let that be known. Let that standard be out there and in the opening, and let your salespeople know that they must hit that standard, or they must get better to hit that standard, or they must, unfortunately, have a change of position. See, in your company, you can't afford, if you have salespeople, to have salespeople who don't hit their numbers. That's also going to lead down a destructive road. Now, perhaps 40% isn't your standard. Maybe it's 50, maybe it's 60. Maybe you have separate standards for technician-generated leads from your people versus leads that come in strictly from your marketing. And it's a good idea to have those separate standards as well. Obviously, those leads that come in from your people should close at a much higher percentage. So you have to have standards for leads when it comes to not only your average tickets based off the type of call, but also your closing percentage based off the type of call. Once you've made a sale, you then have an opportunity to retain your customer, which leads us to point 3, retention. Retention of your customer base is so critical to the success and the life of your business. You know, I once heard a very wise man say that the big box retailers, the manufacturers, the conglomerates, and the utility companies are coming after your business, and they have nuclear marketing budgets. And as a matter of fact, that's true. Those big box retailers and those utility companies and so forth do have amazing nuclear budgets, and they are coming for your business. And you have to put yourself in a position to where you can retain your customers, you can protect your customers, and you can hang on to those customers for the health of the future and for the health of your company. Now, there are some ways that you can do that today that those big guys probably can't do. And here's one. Lean on your reputation. Lean on the history of your company. Lean on the clients that you've served for years. Many of you have been in business for a very long time, and you have a very large customer base. Make sure that they know that you love them, that you appreciate them, that you're there for them, and that the thing that you have in your business that nobody else can replicate is you and the passion that you have to take care of them. So make sure you lean real heavily on that. You may not have 40 years in business, so you're going to have to do some different things to make sure that you retain your customers. And even those of you that have been in business for a long time, hopefully you're doing this as well. One of those things is this. You have got to get your customer on some type of secured, scheduled service program. In other words, an agreement between the two of you that you will come out there once a year, twice a year, maybe even more, depending upon how it is set up, and you will take care of their current air conditioning, electrical, or plumbing system. You will be there to perform the maintenance on it. You will be there to perform the routine adjustments on it. You will be there to take care of anything that they may need. And when the time is right, you will be there to replace it. There are a few keys that you must have in place in order for your secured scheduled service program to work. Number one is you need to have a repeating form of payment. This is really important. You're going to lose a lot of clients if you allow them to make a singular payment once and then they're done until the following year. You're going to find that other people are going to have an opportunity to creep in. They're going to forget about you because they're not making those reminder payments to you. And you're going to have to try to reconfirm them at the end of the year if you don't have them on some type of monthly investment program. Now, this used to be very difficult, and it was very complicated, and it was an accounting nightmare. What I can share with you now is that almost every bank can do it, and the process is relatively easy. I have it here in my own business, and it was simple to do. It only took about 10 minutes to set up. If you need some help, give me a call. I'm happy to help you. So number one is you must have some type of reoccurring payment that's coming into you. It serves as a reminder to your client, and it locks them in. Number two, your agreement must come with some proven value propositions. Part of that proof is obviously in the maintenance of itself. You know that the maintenance of a system is going to extend its life. It's most likely going to reduce future breakdowns and the costs that are associated with that system, whether or not that is those future breakdowns or utility overpayments. You need to make sure that you communicate that value to the client and that they have a clear understanding of it. One of the other things that I also suggest is that in your value proposition, provide them with some benefit that's reserved exclusively for them. That might be discounts on service. That might be a savings account towards future service. That might be some type of program that only your clients are part of. Maybe you give them free filters. Maybe you provide them with a discount card to some of their favorite stores. Maybe you provide them with a gift card to some of their favorite stores. Really, the thing that you need to do is just provide more in abundance value so that if they're investing $1 in your company, you can prove to them that at a minimum, they're going to be getting $1.40 back. Now, if you can do that, then you're guaranteed to have a great reason for that customer to stay with you. The last point that I want to make sure that you have in your retention program is a follow-up plan. Do not leave it up to your client to follow up with you. You must have a system in place that will assure that you are in constant contact with them. And I got to share with you, there are some great tools out there that can make sure that happens. By the way, one of those tools actually is Constant Contact. I don't endorse Constant Contact other than to tell you that I use it and it's wonderful. It's a great way to put your customer in a routine database that will provide them with updates. It'll let them know what's going on. And it'll also, on their new version, allow you to go ahead and register or schedule your time for maintenance. Now that's amazing. To send an email to your customer, they open it, they get a reminder that it's time to schedule their service, and they can click a button that goes ahead and puts them on the calendar. That's a pretty neat program, and it's relatively inexpensive. So again, I don't endorse them, but it's a powerful tool. Now, whether or not you're using Constant Contact, have a program in place. You can use mailers, you can send postcards, you can send emails from your own personal account, and you can even make phone calls. As a matter of fact, you should make phone calls. They deserve to hear your voice. The last thing that you never want to do is let that customer go an entire season and they never see you. Because if you want to diminish the value of this program that you have to offer, then just don't go. You'll lose the customer to the big box retailer, to the utility company, and chances are you'll never get them back. We have some wonderful programs that can help you put those things in place at your business if they're not currently in place. If you're interested, then please reach out and contact me. I'll leave the contact information here at the end, and we'd love to help you here at Service Excellence Training. Have a wonderful day. Until next time, you've just been served a little bit extra.